as you're coming back through, you get to the area where they're doing all the tree cutting. You're kind of coming through, you can hear them hacking away, like, thack, 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 chopping down the trees, stuff like that. All of a sudden, you hear a loud, "Get out of the way, stupid!" And you hear like a loud crack coming from your right. As you glance around, you notice there is a huge tree that is actually on the way down, and as you guys have walked into the clearing, it's coming down directly where you guys are walking.
Well, awesome. That was a good stream. Radavan's gonna die. He can't move worth a damn. I'll see you guys later.
Lady Heptica, there's no recap tonight. Tonight is the actual show.
Yes.
But yes, so what do you guys want to do? There's a huge tree about to come crashing down on top of you.
I'm clearly going to do this.
Like saves here?
I'm going to jump out of the way. I know, surprising. Yeah. Surprising,
okay.
I know.
I'm going to jump out of the way as well.
Alright, so
Damn it. I want to push someone out of the way, but they're faster than
None of you
me.
want to stand there and get crushed by the tree. You disappoint me.
No.
So that's okay.
No, we're all jumping out of the way, for sure.
Night of the Couch, thanks for the follow, dude. So, follow hype! Hello, Ronan, thanks for the follow as well. So, yeah, the tree comes crashing down. It's only just started, so it's kind of slowly, initially it's coming down kind of slowly. You can kind of hear the branches cracking as they're coming down through the other trees. So it's not a difficult thing for you to jump out the way.
Okay.
Okay, you all kind of leap quickly to the side as you see the tree come crashing down to the point where it would have decimated all of you. Over to the side, the guy that just cut the tree down is laughing inanely, like giggling to himself. Everybody make a willpower check, please.
Ooh, okay.
So, let's get some dice rolling going. Willpower check for everybody to start the night.
It's the total or the base save?
It will be your total. So, Jay Nirvana with a 20, Miss Super Cool, Calm and Collect.
What willpower?
Shagget with a 25. Actually, you would have only gotten I forgot to tell you, Shagget, you only had a +5, not a +6 on this one.
Why?
You only got a 24.
Well, that's unbeknown to you, isn't it? But that doesn't matter. You still passed it with flying colors.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm sorry. Where's my willpower on here? I don't see anything that says
your willpower save is on the character sheet underneath the Strength Dex Con Int Wiz character is the saving throw boxes.
Saving throw? So I've got... There's no will... Oh, will.
Yes.
I'm very intrigued right now. I'm not going to lie, Gore.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, no minuses for you,
Kia is intrigued.
No.
Okay, and Raisa, you pass. Okay, here's what happens. Radovan and Raisa, and Kia. The fact that guy's laughing at you, it like really pisses you off more than it normally would do.
Uh-oh.
You get a faint tingling coming from your left arm.
Uh-oh.
But managing to keep your calm and your kind of collect minds, you avoid the gut-wrenching desire to go over and beat the living bejesus out of the dude.
Does anyone find that little guy over there more annoying than you usually would?
Radovan, you've kind of been down this road. The last time you lost your shit, if you remember.
Yes. I would say, yeah. I feel very strange right now. I'm not gonna lie. I feel
Did
more.
You guys feel the tingling?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no blue glowing from the mark, but there is definitely like a little strange. It's almost like a itchy feel.
Is there any? Can we see any weird biting green bugs things? What are those things?
You kind of paranoid, your paranoia kicks in as you glance around looking, but no. It just seems to be that, the guy just found it funny that you almost walked under the tree that he was chopping.
Hey, oi! You!
He's like, what? You shouldn't have been standing there.
Well, what time is it?
He said, I know, almost noon.
What day?
Tuesday.
Alright, Tuesday. Oh, of course it's Tuesday.
I kind of grab onto Radovan's shoulder, like, go get testy, come on.
No, you're right. I just want to go to the inn, and I want a drink of water. I want to get out of here. I don't want to be in this area.
anything that relates to the tattoo, I'm going to explore. So,
But the dude is lying. He's an ignorant little puss bucket. We should find the mage, right? I mean, sorry,
hold on. Just hold on a second.
I'm
Excuse me, sir. Sir.
What?
He says, yes.
What is your line of work, sir? Do you just cut down trees?
He said, yeah,
Is that all you do?
I work for the lumber mill. I know it's not really that funny. It's just, you know, we're always joking around saying to each other, you know, people shouldn't be around here. We're cutting down the trees. And here you three are just come wandering straight into the clearing right as this big oak's about to drop. He said, obviously it wouldn't be funny if it had killed you, but you kind of got to see the funny side of it. Just saying.
Can I test his, see if he's lying about his profession or anything?
You can do like a sense motive if you want.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
I just look at Raisa and shake my head.
Alright. Sense motive roll.
I'm gonna give him this is good. Kind of a look.
Oh my god.
Alright, then.
18. I mean, he's probably not lying. I mean, the fact that he's here, there's a dozen other people here cutting down trees. He's a fairly young guy. You know, if anything, you probably would knock it down to his immaturity. And the fact that, you know, a young dude might find it kind of funny if a tree that he was cutting down was about to squish a couple of elves and a priest of St. Cuthbert, but, you know.
Yes. Regardless, I felt something, so I'm going to go ahead and detect magic in the area.
What? Let her do it.
No,
I
want
to look at the men and see, is there anybody who looks a little too old for this job who maybe shouldn't be there?
I know where you're going with that.
Yeah.
You kind of so you glance around at everybody and kind of squint and look at them all. No, they're all fairly kind of young, fit, virile folk. Jane Ovana, you cast Detect Magic. Where are you casting it on?
Towards the guy and just. What do we see again? Is there a crew of people there?
There's about a dozen people in the clearing, but they're all kind of working on their own trees and stuff like that.
More towards the tree that fell on us and the guy that cut it down in that area.
Okay, so you hold your arms out, you cast your incantation. Nope. There does not appear to be any magic in the immediate vicinity where you cast. Just a smug, immature idiot.
Dang it. Well... I'm not going to dismiss it as nothing, but I don't know what else to do right now, so... I'm done. I'm done here.
Oh, you're finished?
Yeah, I'm finished,
we can leave. Okay.
Yeah, you could go drink now.
I'm obviously not going to drink, but we have a short time frame to do a lot of things. So, you are clearly not the diplomatic type, Kia.
I'm going to do a little bow to him. Doing a little bow to Radovan. Let us go.
You gotta find the mage. Raisa and I have to go around town and get some damn information about this before we see him, alright?
Alright, well, where should we meet when we're done with this day?
I don't know, shoot an arcane missile in the sky and we'll find you.
How about at the inn?
Yeah, we'll at the inn.
There's no need for
there
that.
is the huge fish-smelling inn.
I'm on edge. It's not every day you almost get crushed by a giant tree, alright?
I'll shoot a magic missile in the air if I'm in trouble, so just look around for that.
No, I'm sorry. You're right. Raisa, you're right. Okay. I'll just take a few deep breaths. I'm sorry. It's been a few days. I haven't had anything to drink. I'm not in the best of moods right now.
Radavan's sitting there like...
Yeah.
Hands
I think
are going.
that's just called withdrawal.
He's sweating.
Not withdrawing from anything.
Whiskey sweats. All right.
Whiskey sweats.
The whiskey. And there we have it.
Is that a shiggle?
Shiggle of the night.
Yeah, it is.
Yes!
Alrighty.
Perfect.
Okay, so you kind of, you make your way out of the clearing. Through the woods to the town. So of course you've got the wooden palisade that's all the way around, and you know where you can get in and out. Now, are you guys kind of trying to do this incognito to where nobody really knows you're here, or just trying to stay low so that Yarn Spinner doesn't know you're here?
So, my plan is to basically traverse the street and go door to door, and I'm gonna be like a little survey man with a clipboard if I have one. That's my plan.
Okay, so instead of a clipboard, you're just going to kind of have to stick your
Parchment
chest
and
out
quill.
and look all,
Yeah.
official.
That is totally not my plan.
You can be all St. Cuthberty.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm going
that's
to
your
be-
game plan. What's Race's?
I'm going to hit the seedier parts of town and just kind of hang in the shadows with my ears open, see if I overhear anybody say anything about I'm looking for the complainers in town.
Right.
Somebody who's bitching about something, you can go strike up a conversation easily because they will more than happily tell you how much they hate everything.
Right. The only really quote unquote seedy part of town would probably be the docks down here.
All right, well, that's where I would like to
It's a
go.
fairly small town, so... Okay, so Race is going to the docks. Radovan is just starting here and going door to door. Kia.
I was actually also going to head to the docks if that's where the seedy people are to see if they know anything about where I can find the wizard.
Okay. Now, just for reference, should you see any guards, are you trying to walk the other way and not be seen, or...
Yeah, I don't really want to be seen.
Okay, so you are going to noticeably...
Stealth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, I mean, for Racer, it's going to be a cloak and dagger mission. For you, it's going to be a duck behind the nearest building or disappear into the
Right.
local crowd. So, okay. Radovan, same for you, or are you just going to, like, blasé the guards and be like, screw you, hippie?
I'm kind of banking. Well, no, it's going to be hard to do. I can't exactly hide, but I'm going to try to avoid the gaze and the attention.
Okay,
of guards that
so
might
if you
be
see a
listening.
guard coming, you're going to avoid
and
him
walk
wherever
around the
possible.
corner
Okay.
and come back around.
That's all I'm checking, because, of course, they're not openly looking for you guys right now. So, unless you
Alright.
should stumble and bump into one. Alright, so, you two are heading over to the docks. So, Racer and Kia head that way. Radovan is heading to the first set of houses here. He will be there first. So, Radovan, you get to the first street, you get a house to your left and your right. What are you doing?
I walk to the door and I.
All right.
Police!
The door is undone by a thick-set elderly woman. She's like, "Hello."
So no, I'm not going to say I represent the Lollipop Guild, although I really want to. But I am going to say, hello, ma'am. My name is Radovan Rainier. I'm a priest of St. Cuthbert from the next town over, Sorrowmorn.
A priest, is it?
Yes.
She's kind of squinting a little bit to indicate, she looks like she's fairly short of, her eyesight's pretty bad.
I lean in closer, hefting my armaments, my shield and weapon.
She's
like,
kind of looking,
"Good day."
she's got her neck kind of hunched as she's staring upwards at you, because she's probably only about, with her hunched back, she's about 4'8" high. And, I mean, you're a 6'4" tower of a man above her, so she's, like, looking up at you with a squint.
I'm really sorry to bother you, ma'am. It's customary of my faith.
Donations, is it? Hang on a second.
Wait, no. Well, how much? Wait, no, okay.
Okay, she kind of puts her hand into her apron and pulls out 2 copper pieces and holds it towards, as if she's looking to drop it into a can or something.
Thank you, ma'am. And I take it with my hand, and I'm like, I actually wanted to conduct a minor survey if you wouldn't mind. Just a couple of questions.
Questions? What about?
About your life here, and whether you're very happy.
Well, I'm 68 years old. I'm hunched over and I can't see. Happy is not the word I'd use.
Well, okay. What about the leadership here, Mr. Lord Yardspinner? Has he treated you well and been fair and judicial?
Treated
in
me
all
well?
his... Yes.
Basically ignores me. That's what he does.
Well, do you like this, or is there? Would you wish for change?
Yeah, I wish for change.
Anyone in particular who, in this town, you would like to see be the leader?
Oh, not really interested in leadership, but I wouldn't mind being 24 again, especially with a nice, handsome chap like you.
Well, I'm taken. There's a Lady Cassandra in the town over. She kind of took my heart. So I'm sorry, I'm not available. But thank you for the donation. I guess
fair enough.
There.
She slams the door, mumbling to herself.
Okay. Yeah, go to the next house, basically.
Knock on the door. There's no answer here.
Oh, the one over here.
Yes, this one.
All right, so I'm gonna go to this one. Oh, I mean,
There you go. So you're just moving down.
yeah. I can't control the guy.
Okay. All right. Well, mostly what you're finding is as you're kind of working your way down, obviously these are just general houses. Some of them are already empty because people are actually at work doing things. But while you're doing that, let's go over to the docks. So, ladies, when you get to the docklands, what are you doing?
Where do we see people?
There are people, basically teamsters, loading a ship all along the dock. Of course, you've got your little beer tent where there's a small crowd of people around that. You've got people walking backwards and forwards from the ship, loading and unloading into the warehouses right here. So, I mean, there's a fair kind of chatter of noise going on with different people moving backwards and forwards here.
I would like to go to the beer tent.
Alrighty.
And in particular, I'm looking for the little feller who was feeding Radovan booze.
Well, the guy that was serving Radovan booze is there. But the guy that was kind of pandering to Radovan and trying to convince him to drink and drink more is not currently.
Okay. So I just want to listen in, see if anybody's complaining about anything this day.
Okay. So you're just going to kind of eavesdrop.
Yep.
I would say that would probably best be coming under your... I wouldn't put it under... Listen, I would put that more under gather information.
Alright. 20!
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. A 20. Okay, as you start eavesdropping, there does, you do hear a few people grumbling. The general complaint does seem to be that they're all overworked, that your Lord Yarnspinner is, I wouldn't say, these guys are complaining that he's overly strict.
Okay.
But of course, these are all laborers as well, so they do work fairly hard. But you do catch one or two pieces of information or one or two comments towards the fact that if he didn't own the whole bloody town, or if he didn't have the town in his back pocket, things might be different.
Okay. Alright. Is there anybody that visually looks kind of out of place? I am kind of in the back of my mind thinking that the wizard might be hiding in plain sight.
Right.
So I want to see if maybe somebody catches my eye that I might want to have a chit chat with.
All right, make a spot check for me.
Sure.
A 16. Okay, you don't see anybody that would stand out possibly as a wizard. However, you do catch, moving through the crowd, the guy that you were looking for at the beer tent. The young guy that was pandering to Radovan about 6 days ago.
Excellent. I would like to go talk to him.
Alrighty. Yep, it's not hard for you to sneak up to him, so you pop out of the crowd in front of the guy, and he's like, "Oh, hello.
Hi.
Yes? Can I help you?
Do you remember me?
Panics, thanks for the follow, man. No, can't say that I do, no. Thank you, dude. Appreciate the follow, buddy.
How many days ago would it have been since we were there with Radovan?
It is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days.
So that would put us at Wednesday of the week prior?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm going to say, last Wednesday you were here with the priest of St. Cuthbert?
No, I don't remember any priests, no.
No, you remember. You were here. Don't lie to me.
Oh, yeah, the big tall chap in the armor.
Yeah, the big tall one, yeah.
Yeah, I was interested in joining the priesthood, you see, so I had a drink or two with him and a little bit of a chat.
That's wonderful. How long have you lived in this town?
Ooh, well, let's see. Moved here when I was a nipper, so probably about 12 years.
So, don't you think it would be prudent to not get a priest of St. Cuthbert, who is a newcomer to your town, drunk when there are clear laws that state this is not to happen?
Well, it didn't exactly take a lot of, he wasn't hard to convince.
Yeah, he doesn't know the laws here.
Well, but he was already down in a couple before I even got there, so I was just being friendly, really.
Listen to me. If you claim to be a someone who's interested in coming into this faith, why would you jeopardize him like that?
Well, I didn't think about it. They never arrest anybody for it, not unless they're like legless on the streets.
Well, he got arrested.
Well, yeah. Do a sense motive check.
I'm gonna kill this little kid.
Seriously?
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's like... He goes, you know, they just never... honestly, he goes, I shouldn't have done it. I know. I should have thought about it. I just assumed being a priest of St. Cuthbert, all about the law and that, he'd already know all the laws.
You assume that, or did somebody tell you to give him drinks?
No, no one told me to do that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm staring at him like I'm glaring at him. Hopefully he's slightly scared.
He's kind of going bright red and he's having a hard time holding eye contact. Almost conveniently, you hear a guy yell, "Oi, you! Leave that woman alone and get back to work. You're not going to get this... He goes, no, we're not going to ship unloaded this way. Come on!" He's like, "Oh, awfully sorry. Got to go back to work. Sorry, bye!" And he turns to kind of leg it.
So I'm gonna look to where the voice came from. The person who just yelled at him. Can you just briefly describe him for me?
Yeah, he's kind of like a stern-looking guy, fairly thick-set, about 4'11". He's wearing like a leather waistcoat. He's got kind of like a Captain Picard type haircut. You know, he's bald at the top and just got like a little bit of hair around the side. Very kind of mean-looking guy. He's holding like probably about a 3-foot rod. Looks kind of official.
Like town official or like
more like a
job
dock official.
Okay. Do you think Raisa would be afraid of him?
Who would be afraid of him?
Raisa.
I mean, are you? I mean, he's...
Sounds like it.
He's a bit of a gruff sort of fellow, but I mean...
Well, she's mad. I'm just trying to think. She's mad, but she does shy away from authority. She does want to, like... She doesn't trust the little feller. So... you know what? Maybe she will just kind of note that and move along.
Okay. Alrighty. Kia, what are you doing down at the docks?
I was going to approach people who look like they're working, sending boats out, and probably the unloading and unloading people you have wandering around there.
Thanks for the follow. Right, okay.
So now I'm going to walk up to them and try to get their attention.
It's not hard for you to get anybody's attention.
It's true.
I mean,
I'm wearing a bright blue robe.
You're wearing bright kind of purpley flamboyant robes. You've got a charisma of 14, and you're elvish. To these average peasants, you're like something to look at.
Somebody's gorgeous.
So gorgeous! Oh my god!
So, yeah, I mean, not in a approachable way, more as in a kind of standoffish, staring kind of way. You know, they're all kind of like eyeballing you, and they stop talking when you get close.
So I'll approach the one closest to me.
Okay. As he's kind of in the mid, you know, he's lifting a barrel as if he's about to load it onto a handcart, and he's kind of stops and he's holding the barrel in midair, just like looking straight at you with an awkward kind of stare, like.
I do a little bow and say, "Hello, good sir. I was wondering if you've seen a wizard around here."
Best out of you. Thanks for the follow. A wizard? Sorry. And he kind of puts the barrel down as an afterthought and brushes himself off. Yes, ma'am. A wizard?
Yes. I believe his name is Silas.
I don't know whether he's actually a wizard. I've heard people say that he is. But there is a cranky old fisherman that lives kind of... You know where the Lord's house is?
Yes, sir.
He says, right, well, that's one end of the dock. If you go to the other end, follow the lake around, he said probably after about half a mile you'll find a shack. It's a bit of a rundown kind of hovel, really. But that's where he hangs out. He's a bit of a nutter, though. He's not very sane.
Huh. Well, I think I can handle him. Thank you so much for the information. And I hold my hand out.
Initially, he kind of like pulls back. but then he's like, glancing around at his friends, and then with like a bit of a smirk on his face, he's like, "Hey, nice to." He goes, "Yeah, thank you, ma'am," as he shakes your hand. And then, like, as you walk away, you notice like two of his friends come running over, and they start leaning in and start whispering to each other, and one of them's like nudging him and stuff.
I kind of turn around. I'm obviously probably aware of this.
Subtly, like glancing over their
Kia
shoulders.
is loving it. Yeah, she's loving it. She's walking away, smiling. Yeah, and so I'll head towards the direction around the lake.
Alrighty. So you're gonna head. So yeah, that's basically you're going this away. And going down there. Okay, so Kia's heading down the lake to find said possible cranky old guy who might be a wizard. Radovan,
I'm going to just quickly. Sorry, when I finished with that, when I was contemplating, I'm kind of going to go head back towards where Radovan was. I'm looking for Radovan.
Okay, so you're heading back to the houses.
Yeah.
All right, Radovan. So you've already gone past the first two houses at this point with no answer. You've gotten to the third house down on the right. Okay.
I hit my keyboard there for a second.
Right, the door is undone by what looks like a kid, probably somewhere between. You're not particularly great with kids, so let's put him somewhere between 6 and 10. Okay, he opens the door. He looks straight ahead, and he's like,
What the heck?
and he turns around and starts fleeing down the hallway. Mom!
Shiggles 2!
Fuck it, I'm leaving. I just start walking down the street.
How to deal with a cleric of St. Cuthbert, throw a kid at him. There we go.
I'm not dealing with that
Defeated
shit.
by an 8-year-old. Okay.
OP.
Right, you hightail it
so
up the
good.
road before the dreaded mom monster shows up. Okay, so you get to the next house. As you get to the next, towards the next house, Racer pops out from behind the building to your right.
Still,
As if by magic, Racer appears.
Radovan!
wait, please, like, approach like a human.
I
Not.
found your guy. I found that kid.
Oh, you scared. Okay, you really? Where?
Down by the docks.
Huh. Where Kia went, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right, I guess. I'm just doing some surveys. I guess that's more important, right? I mean, did you talk to him?
I did. He didn't give me much, but I think he may have purposely set you up.
Well, I don't doubt that for a second, but we need a confession out of him, right, or something. Yeah. All right. Let's show me where he is. Let's meet him.
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna basically lead Radovan back to the docks and point out where the kid is.
Yes.
Yes. Okie dokie.
Yes.
Right. As you're kind of, one of the things that you're noticing is you've seen a couple of the guards, but they're really not being vigilant. They're not overly paying any attention, so it's not hard for you to avoid them. Even Radovan, as long as he sees them first, can very easily get not seen by the guards, especially with the crowds of people around, so it's not too bad for him. Okay, so once you get down there, Racer points out this kid, and he's in the middle of loading crates onto this ship.
And then I'm going to point out and say, that guy appears to be his boss. I don't know if you want to watch out for him or talk to him, but that's where he is. I'm going to keep looking for any more information. Have fun.
Alrighty.
Nice.
And I'm just going to kind of disappear off.
Okay, so you're getting your butt out of the way.
What are you, Batman? What is going on here? Okay, seriously, just
Miss Skulky.
You
You didn't see me, right? And she's gone. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Right, so yeah, you see the kid, basically, the one that kind of, quote-unquote, set you up.
I head to the guy who looks like, with, like, no hair.
Okay, the guy, the Teamster
The
boss,
boss
basically.
guy.
Yep.
Yeah, Teamster Ross.
Okay.
What's he doing at the moment?
Basically, he's kind of walking up and down the docks, checking people out. Watch that! Don't drop that! Come on, quicker, quicker! We haven't got all day. Just barking orders at people.
Excuse me, sir.
What do you want?
Hello, my name is Radovan Rainier. May I have a moment of your time?
Do I look like I've got time? We've got this shit to have loaded before nightfall.
How much do you make per hour? What's your wage?
Well, 1.5 silver a day.
Okay, I'll give you a gold if you give me some damn time.
Break time, everybody!
Yeah, can I have a moment with you?
Yeah, sure. Hang on a second. Put that down before you drop it. Barking a few more orders, and once he's kind of got everybody non-reluctantly, I mean, they're all very happy to just sit down and wipe their brows, and a couple of them make their way over to the beer tent. He kind of walks over to the side. He says, yes, what can I do for you? Something about gold, was it?
So I give him a gold piece.
Okay,
and
he stuffs it into his pocket greedily. He's like, oh, thank you.
Is the kid who set me up in Plainview?
Yeah.
When they scattered?
He is.
Is he aware that I'm there?
He is. You know where he is because you saw him, but
right.
He is ducking. He's kind of like hiding down behind two of the crates. Periodically, you see like a head pop up, but you know where he is.
Somebody's in shit.
So last week I was new to your town, and told basically by Lord Yardspinner to, relax and enjoy the day. We're here on a mission. We're trying to fulfill it, but we had some time to kill.
Well, wish he'd tell us to relax every great once in a while. Wish he'd relax every great once in a while.
Oh, he seems very relaxed. Even more. I don't think he's lifted anything in the last couple of years.
That man's got a stick stuffed up his backside. That's his problem. Way too uptight, if you ask me.
So. I went to that tent over there. You see the one right?
Oh yes, the beer tent.
The beer tent. You guys.
Why don't we walk that way while we talk?
No. I please no. Please, for the love of Cuthbert, no. All right. Long story short, I was enjoying my day, and that guy who's hiding over some barrels, peeking like an idiot, essentially.
Right. As soon as you kind of point in that direction, he hightails it. Basically, you suddenly see him stand up and start running in the opposite direction down the dock as fast as his little legs will carry him.
Do you know who that is? I mean, I'm not going to chase him, but obviously the idiot who's running away. Who is he?
Roderick.
And he lives here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Him and his family moved here probably about, 6-7 years ago or something like that. I don't know.
All right. Long story short, he came in, started chatting me up. I was cool with it.
Well, I didn't know he was that way inclined, but...
Well, he was drinking a lot, and he was offering me drinks after drinks after drinks. I was unaware that there's a law in the books that it's illegal to drink when you guys are working.
Yeah, but I wouldn't worry about that. The guards never do anything.
Okay.
As long as you can still stay upright, you're all right.
And I was upright, and I was promptly arrested, sir.
Arrested?
Yeah, your Lord Yarn Dick over there arrested me.
Well, are you sure that's all you were doing?
I am absolutely positive. Where does Roderick live?
Don't know if I should tell you about exactly where he lives. Why? What are you going to do to him?
Here's another gold piece. I really
Far be it from me to stand in the way of the church. Okay, he kind of points you over behind the warehouses. If you go down the main street, take a left, all the way down. He said his house is right there on the corner.
With the kid?
Yeah.
And the mom?
Yeah. He said, yeah, that would be his little brother.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and the mom, is she decent?
Decent? She's a right battle axe, she is. I wouldn't mess with her.
Okay. Oh, shit.
No father in the picture, you see, so...
Yeah.
They're a little bit unruly. I'm sure Roderick didn't mean any big by it. He was probably just impressed by all your shininess and your big club.
Well, he got me in quite a lot of trouble, and it's trouble that's really put me in a bind. And
he just works here on the dock. I'm just the foreman. I'm not his dad or anything. If you've got a problem with him, maybe you should take it up with his mother. If you really, really want to.
I guess I have to. Is he going to come back? Because you don't seem to care that he ran off when you guys are on a break.
He ran off? I'll have his wages docked.
Doc, I think you should fire him, or threaten to fire him.
Well, if he doesn't come back, I will fire him.
I need a little... Okay, fair enough. Well, I won't mind if you do that. I think you should fire him. So, you have my blessing.
Well,
thank God for blessing. I was going to do the cross. That's a little weird.
It is expensive to replace people, you know.
Well, you got 2 shiny pieces. I mean,
well, that's my money, though. That's for me. Isn't it? That's mine. You gave that to me.
Well, I think you should fire him. I think he deserves it. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a priest.
I'll have words with him. If he doesn't show back up for his shift, he goes, but obviously I think you put the fear of God into him. He ran off pretty sharpish like.
Do you? All right. I won't keep your time. I won't keep you any longer. But do you think there's anyone in town who is better fit to run this place than Lord Yarnspinner?
No, not at all. First of all, there's nobody else of nobility, so there's nobody else that can run it. And secondly, nope, he does a decent job.
Okay. So where are the claims entitlements come from?
Well, the nobility.
Yeah,
you have to be noble to be crowned a lord. Well,
okay, in
most cases.
Hey, I'm a noble guy. Why can't I run?
Well, go talk to the king. I don't know.
The king. Oh no. Yes, I know where you're speaking of. Thank you, sir. I will get back to work, and good job.
Alrighty. Okay, so you're going to leave him. Meanwhile, let's go over to Kia Liana. You have found the little hut that the guy was talking about, nestled up against the edge of the lake. It really is a rundown crap hole. It's not a nice place at all. It's really not what you'd have expected for a well-to-do wizard.
Okay.
But anyway, you arrive outside. As I said, it is kind of like a rundown shack, really. There's nothing much to do with it at all. It's very poorly put together. Nothing fancy whatsoever. Peasants would live in better places than this.
I'm just going to give it a quick look up and down, walk up to the door.
Okay. The door swings open, almost invitingly, but there's nobody standing at the other side of it.
I peek my head in. Hello? Anybody?
Alrighty.
Anybody here?
Okay, basically inside it's a very plain, single-roomed shack. Table to your left, a simple chest of cutlery and stuff to your right, a fireplace, one table to the far right corner with a few strange-looking items of paraphernalia, bottles and stuff like that. There's a chest, a simple bed, and at the back of the room is a gentleman with long grey hair wearing green robes. He seems to be probably somewhere in his 60s.
I'm going to not move forward, stay where I am, and just say, huh, nice robes.
Okay, he just kind of looks at you. He says, can I help you at all?
I take a step forward to test whether he's gonna move or do anything, and say yes.
He starts walking towards you.
Oh, cool. I'll finish the walk up towards him, then I'll say yes. Are you Silas Luisios Bandit?
And you are?
Oh, perfect. I'm Kiliana. I am a sorceress.
I hear you've been looking for me.
Yes, sir.
You came here with a couple of friends, I understand, asking questions.
Yes.
About a retired wizard.
Retired? Are you retired, sir?
Yes. I gave up the magical arts several years ago and came here to pursue my love of fishing.
And have you been successful?
Well, for the most part, yes.
Well, good. I've been sent here by none other than Ashlyn Maine. Do you know him?
I know of
Was
him.
that who it was? Of
Yeah,
him.
it was, yeah.
Okay, good.
Why would he send you here?
I kind of look at him for a second to decide if I want to trust him, and decide I'll just go for it. So I lift up my robe and show him the mark on my forearm.
Okay, you kind of wave your arm towards him. He kind of looks at it and raises one eyebrow. He says, that's rather interesting. Did you do that yourself?
I'm not that good of an artist, sir. I did not. I don't know who did it, actually. I believe we were all drugged when whoever this was gave it to us. And I bet you can probably tell it has some magical qualities about it, yeah?
Quite probably. Have you... Well, I understand you're a sorceress. I'm sure you have investigated, so I'm assuming it does have magical properties, yes?
Absolutely. Our mage, Ashlyn Main, in fact, got rid of some of the necromancy. Was that it, Gore?
Yeah, he got rid of some necromancy on there.
Yes, he did something and got rid of some of the necromancy on it, but he believes that there's many types of magic that have been put upon this emblem.
Oh, and he thinks that I might be able to get rid of some of it or all of it. Is that the thing?
That is the thing, sir.
Yes. You know, there is a point to where you have to start saying no when you're retired. And I would like to help.
Are we finally at that point?
He said, it's just I constantly get pestered by people. Can you do this? Can you do that? And I am getting very tired of it.
But listen, sir, this is not just some petty question, and this thing is going to kill us. There's 2 others here in the town with me. We have the same exact mark, and we just know we will die if we can't figure this out.
When you said kill us, he took a step backwards immediately. Like, ooh.
That's not good.
He says, look, let me take a look at it and I'll see if there's anything I can discern about it, but I can't make you any promises.
Well, is there anything the 3 of us can do for you? Anything you've been needing?
Not really. Not since I retired. I live a pretty simple life. I don't really need anything.
Are you under Lord Yarnspinner's rule?
Well, technically. But that's one of the advantages of being a fairly practiced wizard. Most people leave you well enough alone as long as you don't give them reason to mess with you.
Well,
but of course, I did deliberately build this little hovel as far away from town as I could, while still having access to the local brews and stuff like that.
it's obviously not enough, sir. If I could perhaps explain one more thing to you, if you let me.
Well, the day is still young, and I have plenty of time. So explain to me whatever it is that you think might assist.
We saw a young lass that had the same mark on her forearm, and we witnessed her veins turned bright blue, and she exploded everywhere. Have you ever heard of that, or anyone who's had that happen to them?
Nothing exactly like that, but that being said,
similar?
I mean, there are various different types of magic that could do such things.
Such as?
Well, I mean, magics have all kinds of strange manipulations. I mean, it's no spell I know of offhand, but then I've created a spell or 2 of my own in the past, so it could have been created by anybody with the knowledge to do so. Would you like me to take a look at it?
Yes.
Okay, he walks over, begins to cast a spell. If you want to know what he's casting before he does so, you can make a spellcraft roll. Or you can just let him do it.
Well, I'm just gonna let him do it. I don't care at this point.
Right, well, he casts a detect magic spell. Both of his eyes kind of raise as he steps backwards. He says, we are in a pickle, aren't we? He said there's way more than one type of magic there, and the strength of this enchantment and incantations and evocations are somewhat, well, a little more powerful than I've seen in my time.
Well, is there anything you would recommend if you yourself can't help us?
Well, if I was a still practicing wizard, I would probably try to remove enchantments. But I don't think I really have the power to do it. Not anymore, anyway. Not since, well, anyway, never mind.
I bet you maybe know someone who did.
I really don't.
You don't?
I really don't. Not that I know where to find them, anyway. I mean, once upon a time I had an item that would have probably helped, but...
What? What is it?
Well, not too long ago, as I said, I had this item.
Story time.
It was a magical device that amplified my powers once per day. I crafted it many years ago, and it was on a one of my many adventures. You see, I found this magical gem, a beautiful sapphire. I bound its magic into a golden rod to create what I called Silas's Arcane Magnifier. Yes, I know, not very original, but it served the purpose.
That was bad. That's bad.
It was sadly stolen from me about a month ago. Well, at least the gem was. He said, I still have the golden rod here somewhere. He kind of goes over to the chest and retrieves what appears to be a intricately carved golden rod, about yay long. And it looks like it had like a holding place at the top of it where this where this gem would have been. The first thing you notice is the gem must have been pretty darn big if it actually fit in that slot.
In what color did you say it was, sir?
It was a sapphire. Bright blue sapphire.
Interesting.
Beautiful.
And
it was.
If I were to retrieve this sapphire, would you be able to possibly help us out?
Well, I would, but I really don't care. You see, as I said, it was stolen from me. The very capable thief, I might add, took it, but left the golden rod, which leads me to believe it was no just random theft, because the golden rod itself was probably worth hundreds and hundreds of gold. So no, this person knew exactly what they were coming for and why they were here, no doubt about that.
So you don't even miss your sapphire?
Well, I started doing some scrying initially to find it, and eventually I realized I didn't really care anymore. I'm retired. The effort I would have to go to retrieve this gem just wasn't worth the stress and the aggravation. So I chose to just let it go.
Well, listen, I think I have some ideas about this sapphire. Can we strike a deal here? If we get the sapphire for you, could you help us out? Not like a maybe, a concrete yes.
Well, I mean, if I don't have to go anywhere, and you're willing to go and get the sapphire
you don't have to go
and bring it back to
anywhere.
Me,
you just go sit in that chair in the corner there and do what retired people do.
That seems fair.
And I will get this to you. My two comrades, one is a priest of St. Cuthbert, and the other is a rogue. Just for your information, if you run into them in your chair.
Why don't you bring them here to me? So at least I can meet the other two people that I'm sending to acquire my property.
Okay, I'll come back today.
Alrighty. And when you come back, I've got a little bit more information that might help you a little bit in finding this thing.
Sure. Alright.
Thank
you, sir.
I'll go ahead and get the kettle on, shall I? And he kind of points at the fireplace. And instantly the whole fireplace just ignites, like...
The retired wizard.
Wizard. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sort of thing
I take my leave.
I mean, it's not that impressive to you, but it would have been to the average non-magical type person.
That's what Hagrid did.
There you go. Alright, so you're going to leave and go look for these guys.
Yes.
Alrighty, well that's a good spot for us to go ahead and take a quick break.